live now. So I don't have anybody up yet, but I am going to save this for recording.
Okay.
So I'm live. Do you want to go ahead and speak on yours first?
Yeah, sure. So hi guys, it's Barbara Skinworthy with Barbara Alex, the amazing stylist, joining us. She is doing some skin tightening treatments today in 2 different modalities. We're using the Morpheus8 to tighten the skin above the knee. And then we're going to do her neck. This is why she has this white cream on her numbing. And then this device she has hooked up to her abs is called the Evolve Transform. And it is doing 2 things. It is stimulating her muscle and tightening the skin at the same time. So we have her all hooked up. Today's skin tightening day, and she's going to walk you through it, and I'm going to walk you through it. So we're going to start with the Morpheus8 on the knee, and this is going already. So she's preheating her stomach to tighten the tissues, and soon we're going to increase the muscular stimulation to make those abs pop a little more for summer. All right, so I'm just going to keep going on your Morpheus8 here,
okay, so I'm going to show you. So Barb can you tell everybody what Morpheus is as you're like shooting these?
Yeah, of course. So you see this little gun? I'm going to press this little gun here. And as you can see, these needles come out, and they're 4 millimeters in depth. So they're going pretty deep, and they're delivering heat, and they're also creating a controlled injury into the tissues. And so what that controlled injury does is it stimulates your collagen and elastin, and that heat also starts to break down some of that fat a little bit. And it's going to tighten that skin. So as we age, our collagen and elastin gets lost in the tissues, and we start getting a little bit of crepiness. So Barbara, your main concern was when you're wearing shorts or a skirt, you found that you're starting to notice a bit of bunching above your knee, and you want to tighten that, correct?
Yeah, so I find the older I get, the more like saggy the skin gets above the knee. So I have crepiness, but I also have like flabby lumps of skin that just sit above the knee. And so we've been trying, Barb and I've done Morpheus now. I think we did it twice. And I found that it helped. We also did another procedure that was a bit more invasive.
Yeah, we've done a few things. Yeah. So whenever we're treating the body or the face or anything, multimodality is going to give you the best results. And the reason being is things are happening at different layers, and devices offer different targets. So we did the AccuTight. So that is a little device, it's like a cannula that goes into the tissues, and it heats and it sends energy into the tissues. And so what that did was it broke down some of that little bit of fat above your knee, and it tightened the tissues above it simultaneously. And then we're going with the Morpheus, which is hitting that upper layer of the skin and those little fine creeping lines to tighten them. And I think we also placed some Radiesse. We found some Radiesse above your knee, I believe, right?
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So Radiesse is a really cool filler. So it's not a hyaluronic acid-based filler, it's like the most common one we put in the face. Radiesse is made of something called calcium hydroxyapatite. And so picture like your bones and your teeth are made of calcium. And so it's really hard. But when we use it in skin tissues, we hyper dilute it down so it fans into the tissue, doesn't create any volume. But the beauty of it, it's a biostimulator. So you lay it down on the tissues, and it starts to stimulate your collagen and elastin on its own. Pair that with the device, and we have some really great results because we're doing 2 different modalities.
Yeah, I found there's been a huge improvement in the area above my knee, like the skin above my knee, doing all these different treatments. And I'm a big believer, and I'll try anything once. And if there's something out there, and there's some sort of a treatment, I'll give it a shot and see how it goes. So it's been a huge difference in my knees, but we've been doing this for like a year at least, right?
Yeah. And everything with non-surgical medical aesthetics, it's like be patient, trust the process, and it's going to take a few sessions. And anything with collagen remodeling or elastin, it's not an instantaneous process. So with the Morpheus8, you will see some results within a week or so, but the magic really happens at around 2-3 months post, up to 6 months post. So be patient with your results. They just take some time.
Yeah. We even had it's the one on my stomach it's Evolve Transform.
Yeah. So this is both of these devices are made by a company called InMode, and they are really the radio frequency experts in the market. They're creating the coolest devices that are sending radio frequency into the tissues, and radio frequency is kind of a gold standard for skin tightening. So what the treatment on your stomach does, it has wavelengths that can both target the muscle and the skin and even the fat. So it's targeting 3 different layers all at the same time by heating the tissues, which will tighten the skin. It'll break down some of that fat slowly, and it's going to contract the muscle for you as well to tone it. So it's a really, really great non-surgical device that is going to really transform the area you're placing it on.
Yeah, so I can feel now, I don't know how high we are, it's still bearable, so I can feel heat, just so you guys can see. I don't know if you can see, but my muscles are actually contracting underneath these, what do you call these little...
Just we call them like the radio frequency paddles.
Paddles. Under the paddles, I can feel my muscles contracting as if like someone is like squishing my muscles. So I can just like a workout. It's still bearable. I know it can go quite high. I know I've had this done before where I'm like, nope, tone it down a bit until my body gets used to it. And then we slowly, gradually over time, increase it. But even before I was doing just the tone, I was doing just the tone, and it just, because of the skin, what do you call it, laxity?
Laxity, yeah.
Laxity after having 2 kids. There was nothing, I thought I'd have to like get a tummy tuck or something because of all the extra skin. But just the tone just tightened my skin. I think we were both pretty surprised at...
Your results were incredible. Like, they were shocking. But you are really an ideal candidate for this because you are somebody who, you know, your diet is, like, you're on top of your diet. You're a person that works out. You're not using this to like get rid of a large amount of fat or excessive saggy skin. You are a person that is taking care of themselves, and it's just kind of taking what you're doing to the next level. And so that's what these non-surgical treatments do. They're really helping you get to the next level in a non-surgical way that you can't really achieve at the gym and through diet. So it's that little bit of assistance that you need at the very end.
Yeah, because I mean, I was not going to get a tummy tuck. I just wanted that loose skin to be a little bit tighter because there's honestly nothing you can do with the loose skin until I didn't realize that there were devices like this that would help. And of course, I mean, I will definitely, you know, if there's something available, I'll give it a shot. And it really worked. I was really surprised.
So the ideal candidate, so RF really loves like that thin, crepey skin. Your skin will respond excellently to it. It's just that really, really fine tissue that almost like looks like tissue paper, and it has that little bit of wrinkle to it. That is ideal, and you will have incredible response to tissue like that, which is what was going on with your stomach.
Yeah. So I just wanted to, I don't know why this is coming through. I just wanted to let people know I can feel what Barb is doing now, even with the numbing, but it's bearable, and I'm very sensitive, and I have very low pain threshold, and I can feel like a little bit of poking and zinging, but it's not bad. Now, like when she holds it down a little bit longer, like I can feel that, and it's just, but it's not bad. I know I know you did a few rounds in the beginning that were a little higher, and I'm like, put it down because I don't want to be flinching. But so are we like how?
So what's really cool about the Morpheus8 is the needles go to different depths, and it's very customizable. So the Morpheus8 needles reach a depth of 4 millimeters, but the radio frequency extends 2 millimeters past that depth. So it's really getting into that fatty layer, that superficial fatty layer. So if there's any, for example, we use this on the face, and you're like really concerned about the jowling, when we're at the 4 millimeter depth, extending with the radio frequency down to the 6 millimeter depth, it'll be breaking down that superficial fat that nobody really likes, that gets bigger with age. So in the case of your leg here, we were doing a depth of 4 millimeters, and we're stacking that pulse. So we're keeping the needles in longer and delivering more energy at that depth. Then we'll travel to a more superficial depth of 3 millimeters, 2, and on the body we won't do 1 because in your case we don't need to, but on the face we'll do 1. That gives it really nice resurfacing glow to the skin. So Morpheus8 we can really customize. We can customize the energies, the depth, if we're keeping one single pulse or stacking a pulse to get different results. And so everyone really has something different going on in their faces or in their bodies, and so we can really customize that to make sure you're getting optimal outcomes for you. That's a pinchy one.
No, I'm feeling the
contractions.
I'm feeling the contractions because, we have someone behind here who is upping the contractions, and I can feel them. But it's bearable. But It's good. It's good because we want results, right? There's no point in doing this.
Listen, when you go to the gym and you're working out hard, it hurts too a little bit, right? Like you want to feel your muscles contracting when you're working out. So the same thing is happening, but a device is doing it for you.
Yeah.
So picture going to the gym and doing, say, like 50 squats to 100 squats. You're going to feel it when you're hitting that 50th squat or that 100th squat. This is going to feel like that, like you're doing your 50th squat every single time. So it's stimulating your muscles in a way that's really difficult for you to do alone and giving you those kind of optimal outcomes.
Yeah. And it seems ridiculous, but it's exhausting. I'm literally laying here doing nothing, but I'm just like, I'm exhausted from this device.
Many people who use these devices, after they're done, they feel tired and their muscles will feel sore the next day.
Yeah, the last time I did this with the Transform, I was sore for a few days after, like I had done workouts, and I was telling Barb when I got in that I literally did not work at my abs for like 2 weeks, knowing, oh, I'm gonna go on the machine. I'll save it for then.
For sure. I mean, you can do that, right? If you're heading to the gym and working out, that's great. But this, like I said, it'll take it to the next level. Or I mean, you can supplement it, right? If you're not getting enough ab work, then you can come and hop on the device and have it help you out a little bit.
So have you changed anything?
So now we're going to a more superficial depth. We are doing our last pass at 2 millimeters, just to resurface that more superficial skin, and then we'll be done on this leg. So this device can get a little spicy, depending on the energy levels and how we do the treatment, and depending on the area that we're doing it. So on a scale of 1 to 10, tell me what you're experiencing right now, or what you've experienced.
Yeah, so today I would say it was like a 6. I know we've done this before. The last time we did it was like last year, I think.
Yeah.
We were like up at like 9, 10, like 11. At one point, just my reflexes, my knee almost went into Barb's face. But it's because my threshold is so low, and I'm such a freak with these things. But today was 100% bearable. I would do this again. But I asked Barb to take it easy on me. So
what's really cool about the Morpheus8 is a really versatile device. So we use it on the face, we use it on the neck. You can do it on the underside of your arm, so you get that fine crepey tissue. You can do it above the knee. We can use it in sexual health to help shrink down that labia minora. So it has many applications on the bum to tighten that tissue, or resurface it, make it look smoother. On the tummy, around the belly button. So it's a really, really versatile device, and it is one of the best on the market. We have demoed many devices, and I do think InMode with their RF technology is really kind of king of skin tightening for sure. And so patients, although do find it quite, a little tender in the experience, they're pretty blown away by the results that they're getting from it. So some patients are doing 3 sessions on their face, and they're like, wow, that was intense. And then they come back 6 months later, look at their photos, and they're like, wow, I can't wait to do another 3 sessions because this is crazy in the results that they're getting. So we're almost done here. Just a few more pulses, and then what we can do, Barbara, is do your other knee, or I can go to your neck and demo your neck, and then finish your other knee after.
Whatever you think. What do you think?
I mean, it's up to you. We're gonna do everything anyway.
Yeah. So how long? So it's 20 after. So it's what? Sorry, I'm flinching, but not because of the Morpheus, because of this. Because of this, it's hurt. It's not hurting. It's like contracting. So
yeah,
it makes you kind of breathe in a bit. Anyways, I mean, it's totally. If we can fit, like, is it 15 per? We can do neck.
Let's do neck.
Yeah, let's do neck.
And then we can go back to the knee on the other side.
And then in the meantime, I have not been looking for questions. So if you have been asking questions, bear with me because we've been chatting. I haven't been watching. Just give me a second here. Which device is it? So the device that Barb is using on my knees is Morpheus8.
Morpheus8, yep.
And this is InMode's Evolve
Transform. And the transform part means that it is transforming the muscle and the fat and the skin. So it's targeting all 3 layers to tighten, trim the fat, and tone the muscle all in one session.
Okay, great. So I think we're going to move on to my neck next. And this is something, I mean, for anyone, I mean, I'm 51 now. So anyone who's a little bit older knows that your neck is kind of the first thing to go. And we've tried a number of things. I say we, Barb's been handling my neck for a long time. And what have we done? We've done a little Botox. We've done some filler. I have really, really strong neck. What do you call them? Neck
Necklace
bands?
bands, yeah. So the reason we approach treatment areas with multimodality is that the anatomy also ranges so much. Your muscles can be doing certain things. You can have your fat appearing a certain way. You can have the skin being loose and crepey. So let's talk about why we're using different modalities on the neck and what they are. So when we're talking about your platysma bands, so can you kind of flex your neck? So you see these bands that stick out, these are called your platysma, and they go down through the neck and they wrap to the bottom of the face. And what they start to do is they start to pull down the lower part of the jawline. They kind of make the jawline tissue sag because they're so strong, and their job is to pull everything down. So when we look at these necklace bands that run along the neck here, and we inject them with Botox, it'll relax this band and make it not able to pull the tissues down. So an alternative name for this treatment is the Nefertiti neck lift. It makes your neck appear longer, and it gives you a really crisp jawline. So that's one treatment that we can do. Another way we can use Botox in the neck is we hyperdilute it and do tiny little droplets throughout the whole neck. And that relaxes the muscle, the whole muscle across the neck in a really soft way, where it kind of smooths out all those crepey fine lines. Then we have lines running horizontally across the neck, and some people call this tech neck or necklace bands. And this is where you're starting to lose a little bit of volume where that neck folds in that superficial fat compartment, or that subcutaneous fat. So we use filler in here and do tiny little droplets across the necklace band to make it pop up, lift, and start to smooth out that whole look of the neck and make those necklace bands more consistent with the neck skin. And then finally, we can use biostimulators such as Radiesse or Sculptra in a hyperdilute form, fan them into the tissues, and that's going to make them tighten by stimulating collagen and elastin. And then we can layer devices on top, which will tighten the skin. So today we'll use the Morpheus8 to tighten just that little bit of crepey skin on the neck. And the neck ages differently than the face. There's less blood supply, so if we really start to ignore it, you're going to start to see it go faster than, say, your face. So lots of people will take care of their face and start to ignore that neck, and all of a sudden that neck has aged a lot faster than the face has. So what's great about the neck is these tissues are thin and they respond really well to radio frequency. So a device like Morpheus, doing 3 sessions once every few years will keep your neck really young and tight looking, and kind of prevent having to do something more excessive in years to come if you ignore it. I'm just going to disinfect the neck here, Barbara.
Okay. No. So I was just asked if I want my Evoke.
The Evolve.
Evolve, sorry.
Turned
up, and I said no. Because it's already it's good. It's good.
Yeah, so someone like Barbara who doesn't have a lot of fat on her stomach, the device can access her muscles very easily. So you'll tend to sit at lower levels and get quite a good treatment and quite a great result. Someone like myself who has a little more pudge on my tummy, I can hit really high levels and tolerate it because that fat layer is a little thicker and it takes more energy to get to that muscular layer, which sits a little deeper in my situation. So someone like Barbara, low levels, you'll probably be like, oh man, I can't get to as high as I'm getting, but you don't need to. The device is directly accessing your muscle very easily. So, and it's shown by the pictures. Your results are pretty incredible at low levels. So you're very lucky, but I mean, it doesn't come without the hard work that you're doing.
Yeah, the hard work of lying here. I'm very good at lying down and doing nothing.
All right, so next we're going to move on to the neck. I'm going to adjust the levels a little bit.
Like down?
We're going to go down. So the tissues on the neck are a lot thinner than the tissues on the body. So they don't need as high of energy, and so we're going to tone things down a little bit. And also a good thing to know if you're considering doing a body treatment or a neck treatment, I'd say bodies and necks take twice as long to heal than the face does. There's less blood supply to that area, so it's just a slower heal. So keep that in mind for any major events coming up. Your face will heal, like if you do a Morpheus on the face, I'd say 48 hours of swelling, you can have some bruising, and before it goes back to its base tone, I'd say 3-4 days. and you can easily cover it with makeup. Your body, you will have a little stamp marks, or your neck will have little stamp marks or a raised area for you for a few weeks. So it's definitely something to consider.
Okay. So then when you see my videos in the next little while, you'll see probably the healing of the neck in my videos, because I get pretty close up to the camera when I do my outfit videos. Tell us that joined late what's happening with your neck. Okay, so we are doing Morpheus8 on my neck. We just did my knee here. I don't know if you
can see all this little bit of red stamping. It looks like there's these tiny little kind of raised areas that show the needle poke.
Okay, so I had been numbed. I'd been numbed on my neck, and then now, so we did one knee, and then, but just for time wise, and so everyone can see what is happening. We're gonna go to my neck, and I've never had this done. I haven't it done on my knees before. I've never had it done on my neck.
Yeah. So what it feels like there's tiny little needles that are penetrating the skin. And then there's like a little bit of heat or zap at the very end of it. And that's what patients experience. And I find myself, that little zap at the end is that little part that kind of like, it kind of throws you off a bit.
Okay.
It's not the needles themselves, because I enjoy microneedling. I actually love the Beauty Booster. But that little bit of heat and energy at the end, which is what causes a little more pain than other treatments, such as regular microneedling. But this is what also gives you that great benefit that plain microneedling will not. It's that little bit of radio frequency, that heat at the very end, which is going to really remodel the collagen and elastin a lot better than just a needle on its own.
Okay, so we're going to start low though.
Okay, we're starting low, and if we need to turn it down, we'll turn it down, okay? We'll do a little test patch here. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Just kidding. I get my pedal here.
I'm like, I didn't even feel that at all. That was okay. Like, I don't even feel that. I don't even feel that. And then it's just gonna up it, and I'm gonna be like, that.
Well, let's just go a little higher.
Okay, because the numbing is so good right now. Okay, let's see.
Oh, ready? There we go.
I can kind of feel that one, like that I can feel before I didn't feel it. But it's not that at all. Is this like a low setting still, or is it? Yeah,
it's on the lower end, but you're still gonna we're gonna do 3 different depths. So we're going to go 3 millimeters in depth, we're gonna go 2, and then 1 on the neck.
Yeah, like right now I can barely feel it. I was properly numbed too.
And we numbed you for a while.
Yeah, I was here.
And this is your first pass. So as we kind of advance passes, it'll pick up in intensity.
That was the same with my knee. I found it was by the end I could feel it more and more.
So I think with your body, what's going on in the abs right now. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have you on the device for a total of 60 minutes. 30 minutes will be muscular stimulation, and then that muscle stim turns off, and we're going to continue tightening just the tissues afterwards. So that little bit of cramping that happens in the muscle only lasts for 30 minutes, and then you get to kind of hang out, and it almost feels just like a warm stone massage. It's pretty comfortable.
Yeah, I really like it. I really like it. I have to put my arm down a bit because it's
getting sore. I know you've been holding that arm up for a while. So Morpheus8, what's it great for? It does a lot of things. It's not just skin tightening alone. If you have lines, wrinkles, or acne scarring, it helps improve that by stimulating the collagen. So it's really great for somebody who has acne scarring that's pretty deep. Multiple treatments will help lift those acne scars. If you have fine lines or wrinkles, say around your eyes, around the perioral area, like those smoker's lines above the lip, it'll help resurface those and smooth them out. The next thing it does, it helps with pigment and evening out skin tone a lot. We see a lot of improvement in that. And then finally, it is going to address fat pads. So superficial fat pads that get bigger with age are the nasolabial fold, the jowl, the submental. And so these start to get bigger and bigger as we age. So when we go to those deeper depths, it is going to start to kill some of those fat cells and then finally tighten the skin. So it has a lot of benefits. The pain is worth it.
Like this, if it was just this, I'd be like totally fine. How much more painful? Because I've wanted to do this on my face for a long time, and I've been so afraid because I have that, like, you know, as you get older, your skin gets saggier. How much more painful is this on the face?
Well, again, it depends on the depth, how we're stacking that cycle with the needles. So the energies, the depth of the needle, if it's a single pulse, if it's a stacked pulse. So this device is highly customizable. Obviously, the higher the energy, the more aggressive we go, the better the outcomes. But then again, the more pain you will experience. So how do we manage pain? Well, we numb you really well. We have something called Pronox, which is a light laughing gas that you can use. And then finally, if you need a little more help, we can give you some medication, but you'll need a ride home. So I've done one session, and I haven't done more because I found it quite painful myself. With that said, the results are so good that I know I'm going to go back and do some more sessions, but perhaps I'll just add in a little more pain control.
So is there any benefit for someone who wants to do the Morpheus but at a lower setting? Like, let's say I decided to go ahead and do it on my face, and I did it at a lower setting. Is there still benefit? Or
there is. Yeah. So we have another treatment that we call actually the mini morph. And this is going more superficially in the tissues at lower energies with less passes. And that'll just give your skin a really nice glow. It'll just do a very, very fine resurfacing of fine lines. So glowy skin, softening of fine lines. Are you going to be doing major tightening or fat remodeling? No. But it's a really great treatment if you have an event coming up, if you want to give your skin that really nice boost and make it look smoother, healthier, and glowier. And we're going at those more superficial depths, which will create that type of outcome.
Okay, so this depth that you're going at now on my neck, that's completely bearable, like I barely feel it.
That's really good.
Is this even doing something, or is this one of those things that's just the...
No, this is doing something.
Yeah.
This definitely is doing something. And in the neck, we tend to go a little bit lighter because that skin is a little thinner. And because the neck tissues are thinner and they respond a little more, so we don't have to go as aggressively. And remember, the neck takes longer to heal, so we do want to keep that in mind when we're doing treatments, that we don't want to be too aggressive because that healing time is about double.
You guys can see.
So starting to get a little bit red, and that little stamped appearance, raised bumps is starting to show. Now we're going to go to 2 millimeters in depth. Ready for it?
No. Okay. No, I think I'm good with, yeah, thank you. Okay, so we're going deeper. Is that what we're doing?
More superficial. So your last session, sorry, I'm going to start here. Your last pass was 3 millimeters in depth, and so now we're going more superficial. And so some patients, though, as we go more superficial, might find it a tiny bit more painful because some of those nerve endings are sitting more superficially in the tissues rather than deeply. So sometimes patients are freaked out if we do like 4 millimeters, but they'll find sometimes that 4 millimeter depth was a little more comfortable than say the 1 or 2.
Yeah, so I can feel this one more. Is it because it's because what you're saying? Like I can feel the little needles going into my neck now,
yeah. So,
whereas before I couldn't. Really
so it's just we're in that area where those nerve endings are and those pain receptors are, even though we're more superficial in depth. Yeah. And again, it's a second pass now.
Right.
So that's that accumulated energy that's going on as well.
Now I found when I did one course of microneedling, gosh, it was last year or the year before now. So I know I'm due for microneedling, but I guess the fall is the best time, right? Like when you're not in the sun.
Yeah, microneedling isn't a treatment that you can, it is safe for all year round. Like certain lasers, we're like, let's hold off until spring, fall, winter. But microneedling does offer a bit more of a safety profile. So Morpheus8 is a treatment we do all year round, and it is safe for all skin types. In darker skin types, we are more cautious, obviously, with our settings, and we do prepare with an ingredient on the tissues called hydroquinone. So hydroquinone is a skin lightening agent, and what it does is it shuts down the melanocytes in the skin so that they don't produce pigment when they're injured. So in someone with a darker skin type will have you turn. We will use that to prepare the skin for about 2 to 4 weeks prior. We'll do the treatment, and sometimes we'll use a liquid hydroquinone immediately after to make sure those melanocytes aren't responding. So going back to microneedling is we can do it all year round. Sometimes, depending on the person and their skin type, we may adjust and prepare differently, but it is a treatment that is all year safe.
Okay, and someone asked how long does, okay, so I'll ask you something about microneedling later, but back to the Morpheus, someone had asked how long does it last? Like, do you recommend, like, I think you said a course of 3 treatments? Or?
Yeah, so anything with collagen remodeling, you want to get the ball rolling. So it's almost like stimulating the collagen, and then in a month later, 4 to 6 weeks after, stimulating it again. And what that does is it starts to create a cumulative effect and building up the collagen. So we say anything with collagen remodeling, try and do 3 sessions, typically 1 month apart, to get best outcomes.
Okay, and then if you do that, and whatever results you get, I know you get them over time.
Yeah.
How long will those results last? Like, how long before you have to do another 3 or another 1?
So Morpheus8 does give long-lasting results. We say typically 2 years. The company says 2 years that you're going to see those results for. Now, do you want to like fill the gas tank and let it go to empty, or maybe top it up midway through? So to each their own. Also depends on what's going on with your skin, what you're trying to achieve, right? Some patients, like you have really great skin quality. You don't have a lot going on. I'd say 3 sessions, 1 month apart for you. 2 years, you'll be a very happy patient. Some patients who have, say, like larger jowls or more lines, they might want to do 3 sessions and then a year later do another 3.
Okay.
So everyone's really different, and that's really individual. But the company in Mode is saying Morpheus8, when they're seeing in their studies, around 2 years for results.
Okay. And then for those, are we going deeper?
More superficial, 1 millimeter. So how do you find that? Not sure.
I'm waiting for it's like a little zingier.
Yeah, so that's that
it's
more
a little
superficial.
zingier, yeah. It's a little zingier, but it's okay. It's okay.
We're just going to do 1 pass, and then we'll be done on your neck.
Okay, that's good, because this is like, I don't want to do like, I'm okay now, but I feel like if I do the next one, it might be a little like that one.
Yeah, it gets you,
But it's okay. And like I said before, I have very low pain threshold. Like when people, like I could be with someone or watch TV and someone gets hurt and I can feel it. Like it's really weird. But anyway, so for those who have joined late and are asking what is going on, this is Morpheus8, and Barb is. Can you just explain quickly again what you're doing, shooting little needles into my neck?
So Morpheus8 is a microneedling device, 12 needles that go to depths of 1, 2, 3, and 4 millimeters, and then that radio frequency extends another 2 millimeters past each depth. So we can hit a maximum of 6 millimeters in depth, and once we're hitting that 6 millimeters, we're starting to get into superficial fat pads, which means in areas like the jowl, nasolabial folds, or the submental area that has a little bit of fat, we can actually start breaking down that fat and tightening the skin as well.
There's an aroma, like a smell.
Yeah, that's your skin. That's that little bit of resurfacing. Yeah, just
great.
Yeah, and that's going to give that nice glow and really nice bright luminosity to the tissues.
That's great.
We're almost done.
It's actually not bad. It's actually, like, honestly, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. Oh, hey, Anissa. Yeah, it's, you know what, for this last, what is it, this is our 3rd pass?
Our 3rd pass and last pass.
Yeah, you know what, it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
And for those,
I'm a baby about this kind of stuff.
So we're all done the marketing on the neck. And for those, I know there may be some questions on the Skinworthy account. I just can't check it because I'm doing the treatment. So any questions you guys do have, please send them through DM, and then I will come back and do a video and answer every single question that you have. So with neck is done, 1 knee is done, stomach is done doing the muscle stim, and now it's just heating to tighten the tissues. And
it feels really nice.
Yeah, it's just like a warm massage now. And so we'll go to the other leg and finish up.
Okay.
So I think we have about 5 more minutes left of the live.
Okay.
We'll start doing this treatment. So if there's any questions, let us know.
Okay.
And we'll answer them.
Okay, so 5 more minutes, and then they're going to finish up. And then what I'll also do like I'll just go on stories and share my healing, I guess, with you guys for those that are interested, and then kind of show you. And you'll also see it when I do my videos. I'll probably record again this weekend. So if you see some redness or whatever on my body, that's what it'll be. But you know what? I was really worried around the neck. So how much worse is the face than the neck? Sorry, I know you have to finish.
Yeah, no worries. I think the neck is a little more intense. Sorry, the face is a little more intense than the neck. There's just more nerve endings in it. Particularly, we have a lot of nerve endings kind of mid-face. So wherever you're in the middle of the face, you'll tend to have more concentration of nerve endings and things will hurt a little more. So when we're doing like anterior cheek, anything above the lip, anything around the chin, tends to hurt the most.
Okay.
So, yeah, I think the face is a little more intense than the neck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if there aren't any questions, I mean, Barb's just going to do my above my other knee, which we've already seen, and oh gosh, somebody asked me what I do for my face. I do so much for my face. We'll have to do a separate one on my face because there's a lot that I've tried. But I've actually talked about that. I've actually talked about what I've done in one of my videos. So it's on my feed. But
you do invest a lot in your face. Like you are somebody who does take care of themselves, and I'd like to say that you're somebody who invests in like all 5 layers, from like bone to skin. Our face ages in different depths and layers, and I think you're somebody who's doing it really well, where you're looking at what's going on and we're treating appropriately.
Yeah. That's why I like working with Barb, because we have a plan. And when we do things, we factor in all the different possibilities and all the different things we can do for the results that I'm looking for. And it's an ongoing thing. It's not like I come in once a year and that's it. I'm here literally all the time because I'm doing different things, like little things. It's not like I come in and have huge procedures, but sometimes I'm in for Botox, sometimes I'm in for a little filler. Sometimes I'm in for a treatment like microneedling. I've done halo before on my face. That was a good one. That was a bit of healing. But yeah, so it's maintenance. It's just maintenance, just like anything else. Yeah. So I'm gonna sign off soon because I don't see any questions. If anything comes up later, I'm happy to answer them. Just DM me. It takes me a while to get through my DMs because I get so many, but I will respond there. And so I'm going to sign off. I'm also going to put this on my feed and share it for those who are interested, who didn't see the beginning. And
like I said, I will be answering any questions that come in through DMs shortly after I'm done finishing Barbara's treatment.
All right. Well, thanks for joining, and I'm going to share this right away.
And I'm going to sign off so I can finish your other knee.